Nation's #1 DJ, DJ Rockwell.
Yo, this is Apocalypse, the lyrical warner, hip-hop revelator. And you rockin' with the nation's #1 DJ, DJ Rockwell, you understand me?
Salam alaikum, black people. Salam alaikum, original people. That's you, and you. This is DJ Rockwell, the host of your podcast, the Rockwell Radio Show. And I say your because this is ours. We're here to share an experience every week, and I'm so glad that you choose us on the weekends here on the Rockwell Radio Show to share this great experience. Welcome, welcome, welcome. This is DJ Rockwell. You tune into the Rockwell Radio Show every Saturday. We're here at 7 p.m. and we thank you for joining us. But the way that you can help us every weekend is by following the 3 steps of the Rockwell Radio Show. That means to hit that like and share button. That means to tag somebody. And last but not least, that means to subscribe, whether you're watching us on the YouTube platform of the Rockwell Radio Show or the YouTube platform of Closing the Gap. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Man, what a topic we got lined up tonight. But before I get started with any of that topic, with any of those conversation pieces, again, we want y'all to come on in the room. And as you come on in the room, let us know what city you're watching from. Let us know where you at, where you representing from, because tonight, we going there. We got West Coast in the house tonight. We want to know where you from. But before we get into that, we just happen to be broadcasting on October the 7th, a sacred day for those who are members of the Nation of Islam and followers of the most honorable Elijah Muhammad. Today, we recognize the birth anniversary of the most honorable Elijah Muhammad who lives. All of us are here. All of us. We owe him a debt of gratitude, a debt of thanks forever and forever for being the first of the dead begotten, raised to life, to come and save another man, the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, who, because of his sacrifice, you and I are here today, wide awake, reaching who we can reach, seeking to save who we can save and help, to get this great information to them, you, and you. Which brings me to this real quick. What's the Rockwell Radio Show? If you're new here, welcome. Glad that you're with us. If you're new to the Rockwell Radio Show, essentially what we're doing here, the Rockwell Radio Show is a weekly podcast put together by my brother and myself, Big Dave. We're 2 cats that grew up in St. Louis, Missouri, who loved hip hop. We came along in the golden age of hip hop, the mid 80s to the early 90s, you know, that golden stuff, that dope era. But we were blessed to find along the way the teachings of the most honorable Elijah Muhammad as taught by Minister Louis Farrakhan. That changed our lives. But when we came to the nation, we said, why can't we use this great body of culture that we've been involved in our whole life and meld it with the life-giving teachings? And some say, Brother Vaughn, stop bringing the world into the teachings. But my goal is to bring the teachings to the world. That's what the Rockwell Radio Show is all about. Y'all go ahead and follow the 3 steps again. We need everybody to tune in because we got a show tonight. Hit the like and share button because it helps us with the algorithm, and subscribe and tag somebody because it's about to go down. Let me get into this real quick. Everybody around the world saw the comments of a brother from Brooklyn on the Drink Champs just a week and a half, 2 weeks ago. Everybody saw that. Special Ed. He had something to say about N.W.A. And the whole world responded. It became a firestorm over one brother's opinion. So I decided to drop a little piece out there about it and say my little piece about it. And it caused another firestorm. This man came on Drink Champs and said that N.W.A. is the cause of destruction to a whole era. I said, really? I didn't quite see it that way, but a lot of my colleagues did. Brother Vaughn, you tripping? You bugging? What do you mean? Of course N.W.A. is responsible for that. I said, not so fast. And I laid out some reasoning. And I'm going to go into that again today. So quite suffice it to say that it was an unpopular opinion and it got some response. I was watching my brother from the West Coast. He had a very contrary opinion. And I said, well, why don't we invite brother on? And sure enough, our brother Westcoast Kam accepted our offer to come and discuss this barbershop talk subject. And we're going to get to that in just a minute. And I want to be very, very clear before I go further into the program. I don't ride with everything N.W.A. said. I don't ride with all of their messaging. I mean, what's for the gutter is for the gutter. But I was able to pick out the value of it. And we're going to talk about what some of that value was. We're going to talk about the enemy that moved N.W.A. to the stratosphere. We're going to talk about that. Who's to blame? We're going to talk about that. But is it all on them? Let's see. Let's get into that. Now let's go a step further here. I want to invite our brother into the conversation. But before that, we're gonna divide this conversation up into two parts. On the Rockwell Radio Show tonight, we're going to do the first half to talk about my brother's brand new material. His brand new single, Positivity. The video is out right now, and you can watch it because the link is in the description area of this broadcast. So when the video is over, when the show is over, go and stream, go and watch the brand new joint from Westcoast Kam called Positivity. I don't really need to introduce his brother because his material is known. His resume is in concrete. But let me let you know, this brother, he came on my radar way back in 1991 when we first heard him on the Boys in the Hood soundtrack. So-called gangster rap obviously was in his foreplay, and then came these records that you see coming across your screen right now. Never Again, Camnesia, all of these records, Mutual Respect. And then he dropped a devastating book about love and relationships called War in Heaven. This brother has been working. And as you know, he don't do a whole lot of press, but he's with your brothers right here now on the Rockwell Radio Show. Please welcome back for the second time on the Rockwell Radio Show, my brother and yours, representing Watts, representing South Central, my brother, Westcoast Kam.
Man, that's smooth. You one smooth brother. Brother Vaughn. Assalamu alaikum. Happy Savior's Day to you and to Brother Dave, man, and to everybody watching. You know, we blessed to be here to try to represent the most honorable and most honored Elijah Muhammad, now Mahdi.
That's right.
God, a new and perfect creature. You know what I'm saying?
Come on, man.
So we trying to come up behind his footsteps and become what he has become. So where he is, we may also be.
Say it.
So, but that being said, it's my honor, my pleasure. This is, if not the most important hip hop podcast or broadcast to me. Yeah, and that's to me because we know the value of who you are and what you represent and what this is all about. And by our permission, it's gonna go, further than so-called mainstream, because anybody that is blessed enough to tune into what you do and what you play and what you say is literally being fed the life-giving teachings in an entertaining type way. And that's if this is the hardest job of any man that ever lived, but you find a way to make it cool and digestible and entertaining, you more than a magician around this.
Ladies and gentlemen, Westcoast Kam is in the building on the Rockwell Radio Show. Hit that tag button, hit that like button, tell somebody that the Rockwell Radio Show is live. And all you got to do to join us is just subscribe and see what we got going on every single Saturday. Big brother, man, it's such an honor to have you here, bro. Man, you could be doing Drink Champs, you could be doing Talib Kweli, but you chose your little brother.
It
means the world to me.
This is it, especially on this day, this 107 on this.
Come on now,
this holy day. Ain't no place I'd rather be than right here with my brother, representing Almighty.
Come on, man. Let's go to work, bro. Yeah. Man, I have been. And first of all, let me say, I tried to match you today, but then you come with the yellow today. For everybody who has seen the video, I was in the video. This is what I wore. Matter of fact, I was way in the back. Y'all couldn't see me though. I was way in the back of the cut.
Well, they don't know you wrote it. They don't know you was my ghostwriter though. You can tell them that.
Brother, I want to start here with this interview. And some might think it's an unusual place to start. I want to start with what you posted on Facebook a week ago as you shared your new video, your new song with the world. You said these words. You said, my wife, I should say, let me read that again. My wife said I should say F waiting on these industry politics I've been waiting on regarding this song and album, and just let it fly. So this is my response to the current controversy over my support for special ed comments on Drink Champs. I want to focus first on the first half of that, and we'll get to the second half of it in the next segment. Brother, that touched me in a beautiful way because people don't know how much really of a family man Kam is. Can you talk about the importance of having the right sister by your side to do this kind of work?
Man, so yeah, you see, I don't know if you can see my little backdrop called Black Husband Gang.
Come on now.
That's my hood. That's the hood I bang. That's the hood I claim. It's husbandhood, brotherhood, fatherhood, manhood. So the first part of that heading of that post was my wife, S. Muhammad, Sister Sunday Muhammad. You know, she been with me. We've been married now for a little over 20 years, going on 21 years. And it's impossible, in my view, in my opinion, it's impossible for me to do what I've been able to do if it wasn't for her. You know, it's just, it's impossible. Because the level of stress, the level of opposition, the level of treachery and betrayal and just everything that comes with this, because in this music industry, you know, as artists, you extra highly sensitive and you know, emotionally, you know, you pour your heart and mind, you know, out in what you're doing, especially if you're trying to represent the most honorable Elijah Muhammad and honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan and the Nation of Islam. So you already, you know, got the super target on you in the way that our people and everybody else is going to let you have it and give you the worst. If you don't have some heavenly battery to help recharge you every day, you're gonna crash and burn. I would have crashed and burned a long time ago. So Allah blessed me similar to how He blessed Minister Farrakhan with Mother Khadijah Farrakhan, who we love, and we praise Allah for Mother Khadijah, the First Lady of the Nation. He gave me a wife similar, you know, after Mother Khadijah's blueprint. So that's my bag. That's my wealth. Man. You know what I'm saying? you know, everybody talking about I'm going to get the bag. You know what I'm saying? We getting at this bag. We getting to the bag. Now I've been got to the bag when I got that white.
Let me get out of hand right there, bro. Come on, man.
Yeah.
I have learned, and before I move on, and I say this, and we'll keep going. The most gangster thing you can do is be ahead of your family,
Man,
brother. So when I saw you said that, I said, "Oh man, he got a support system to do this kind of work," and I thought that was absolutely beautiful. So let's go to the second part, as relates to the politics.
Yeah.
Also, in that post, big brother, you mentioned the industry politics. So this is going to be a two-part question.
Right.
What has changed in the game that in the early 90s, you could release an album like Never Again and a single like Peace Treaty, as opposed to now, somebody with that kind of messaging can't even get in the front door of a record company. They can't even get past the receptionist. So, so part two, what's changed more? The culture, or is it that the gatekeepers have become more savage of keeping this kind of message out?
The culture of the vulture. Huh?
Come on.
Well, like the Bible say, the serpent started out in Genesis as a little worm, little funky worm, but by Revelations he was a great fiery red dragon with 7 heads. So the vulture started out like a little chickadee or something, but now it's they're at their all-time greatest power and strength right now. So you know they saw how the most honorable Elijah Muhammad and Malcolm X and Muhammad Ali and Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, how they went upside their mainstream media heads, you know what I'm saying, for so many years. So they decided, the only way to deal with these followers of Elijah Muhammad is to not give them no shine whatsoever. Right. You see them coming, they got the yellow, they got the cones and the yellow tape, they got all of the roadblocks, you know what I'm saying? So just like, Rockwell, I know this ain't the Rockwell that you're talking about, but remember that song by Rockwell, I always feel like but somebody's blocking me. So,
come on.
So they definitely, we see that now that it's been revealed, even with Trump, they absolutely cancel culture and censor culture and shadow ban and all of that. So that's 100% real. That's just the 2023-24 version, COINTELPRO and CIA and all of that. So that's the agenda, part of the agenda to discredit, to silence, and then ultimately kill the messenger, the Messiah of Allah and his children.
So when you go back to 1991, 92, 93, do you feel that you kind of got under the wire?
Oh yeah. A lot of us did, even like N.W.A. and Cube, and because that's who I came in under is Cube, but that's right when he was breaking off from what he said was the injustice of how he was being used or misused by Jerry Heller and Easy at that time. You know what I'm saying? So it's a lie. It's it's not luck. It's Master Farad Muhammad that has specific servants of his at a specific place at a specific time to do a specific function. And like Cube and N.W.A, everybody that was at the right place at the right time, or the right place at the wrong time, or the wrong place at the right time. But timing was everything. Timing and positioning was everything. So everybody is going to be given an opportunity, especially those of us that's trying to find our purpose. We all are gifts. We all are gods, children of the Most High. We all got specific, unique gift and purpose that we trying to either find or we trying to unwrap and let the world benefit from. So that we just was able to find ours at that point. It don't mean it's more important or more valuable. It served God's purpose at that time. A lot of us ain't here no more. A lot of us went back into the world or went back into foolishness or whatever. So God ain't gonna waste nothing. I don't care if he used the devil, he used boo-boo, everything.
All that, right?
Yeah, everything serves its purpose. So I'm just trying to stay out of the boo-boo category, the waste category.
Brother, there ain't nothing one place, but that's down the drain.
Right.
Now, just a moment ago, I flashed your discography over the screen. Now, when we look at between Kamnesia and Mutual Respect, 15 years passed by.
Right.
That's a long gap. I don't know if you've ever been asked this, but was that long gap because you was done with hip hop? And if so, I mean, what brought you back to the mic?
Yeah, I wasn't done with hip hop. I was done with the beast hijacking and control of it. You know, a lot of people say, you know, what's the state of hip hop? The state of hip hop. The state of hip hop been, you know, evolving. It's been what it's been and been improving, but it's the state of who captured hip hop. The state of the, you know, the captured hip hop. I guess that's what they talking about. Whatever the mainstream or whatever the small hats or the people that own and control the media, what they've done with hip hop, you know, and that's what the argument was about the special ed comment.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't that N.W.A. necessarily, and I know we're gonna get into that later, but it wasn't that N.W.A. Destroyed hip hop. They was just an instrument used for that purpose. They was one of the first instruments. N.W.A. and Two Live Crew. N.W.A. and Two Live Crew, but you know, we'll go back to that. But yeah, yeah. So
I mean, on that note, damn, I think it's horrible that we can take a cam of someone of your degree of talent, but the business will almost take the spirit out of us to not even want to do it no more. Well, the business is criminal, like, you know, like we still legal captives, we still slaves. So any business, you know what I'm saying, is crime. It's crime. Like America business is crime. Capitalism is crime. Usury is crime. Like all of that's against the laws of God and righteousness. So we think that we legit or we legal when we get into this version of America's criminal business. You know what I'm saying? Come on. Actually, us, the blacks, you know, black people that when we was on the corner selling crack, we was more legal than Fauci and them and what they doing with their drugs. Come on. You know, they drugs is literally, you know, I ain't gonna mess your come on, bro. We here to tell the truth. But yeah, you can go. They're gonna get me sooner or later anyway. I mean, but you can go to the record books and see what Pfizer's history of being sued, $2.something billion, you know, the largest criminal case and payout in history or something like that. And you know, and openvares.com, openvares data that's showing you what these drugs have done and are doing. That's worse than what happened with crack. You know what I'm saying? And heroin and everything else. Wow. Man. And we can't sue them. We can't sue them and they don't go to jail. Think about that. That's the ultimate diplomatic immunity. Right. Man, stop playing with us. Lord have mercy. Yeah. Let's go here. I want to come back to that point in a minute though. Because you don't hesitate to touch any of this stuff in your social media platform at all. I got to hurry up and get. And as you said, yeah, I got to hurry and get to it. I mean, you stay on their head. Yeah. But I want to go here though. I want to get to this record because, man, like I said, last time you was here, we didn't really get a chance to talk music. Right. And for the first half, we had about 10 minutes left in this first segment. Right. This record, man. Let me get it. This record, brother, is out of here. Man. It's out of here. Now, I used to work in radio. And in radio, they had this term, big brother, and I'm sure you know this already, called adult contemporary hip hop. Right. It's a format, of course, for us who are, you know, grown, 40, you know, blah, 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 whatever. When I first heard your record, I was like, this is exactly what they're talking about. This is the joint that fits. I mean, this feels like a cookout in 1987. Right. Man, right. This was that joint that when you was cleaning up and you was get the record cover. Yeah. Mama, this record, that's what that is. Yeah. This is that record that you could be walking to it and go to work on Monday morning. Yeah. You know, brother, you captured something real specific with this joint, is what I'm trying to say. So when you sat down to write this joint, when you recorded this joint with DJ Battle Cat, what were you aiming for? What did you want to convey? What did you want the listener to take away from this record? I just always had that that sample in my mind. I'm like you. I started out as a DJ like in the late 80s or whatever. Who knew that? Yeah. So
I was always a music lover, and I was digging in the crates. So I found like down there, all my hits, I'm the one picked out the beat and had a DJ to sample, whether it's Tony G or DJ Pooh or Battle Cat. I pick out the beat, and then they either sample it or replay it. So Battle Cat is a master at that. And he produced this record, and we got a whole album together. But that was a record that I seen everybody slept on. It's Luther Vandross, My Sensitivity. Right?
Man, I knew it. I knew it.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah, so that everybody slept on that, and I always wanted to do something with it. And I felt like, if ain't nobody touch it by the time I, kind of dip and dabble back in this, then I'm gonna do something with it. And the whole idea for this album with me and Battle Cat was we weren't even trying to do an album. This really started during the pandemic. We just killing time and just keeping the ring rust. Like when you fighters, you stay in the gym. Like I didn't really, we were just doing something because we had D Nice and Timberland and the thing they was doing, the versus battles, like
right.
So Battle Cat was doing beats. He was on his IG Live, cooking up beats. You know what I'm saying? So I would watch him sometime, and then if I'm in the city, I pull up on him, and we just be cooking. We didn't have no plan to do none of that. But my young bro, I got to give a shout out to my young bro from the city, Glasses Malone, right? G Malone, he got a project out right now. Go check it out, called Cancel These. Right. But it was Glasses, my young homie, that said, man, y'all should do a project together. You and Battle Cat should do a whole album together. So this really came about because of my young bro Glasses, and we did it, and every song on there became a hit. And it's everybody on the street level that heard it, like that's our people. Wanted to be able to do something with it, but when it came to me going to these commercial channels, these commercial outlets or whatever, they start hitting you with the politics or what's your streaming numbers, what's your streams and all this new stuff. Like, man, I got a whole, following. I got a whole fan. I'm not a new, but they try to hit you with that. Like, so, that's one of the things that I ain't even gonna trip. I'm not gonna do it. But then my wife was like, you need to just put that out, baby. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, forget this. The minister and messenger said, don't worry about no money. Just do the work. This is work. This is healing. And this is, informative. And this is what the game needs. This is what hip hop need right now. So she was my biggest pusher and cheerleader or whatever, I guess. But, she cracked the whip on me and I was like, yeah, yes, ma'am. All right.
Black husband gang, baby.
Yeah, black husband gang, Yeah.
So as we close this segment, tell me about the theme positivity. In fact, you say black positivity. Break us down why that as a theme for this record.
Right. Well, the record is just positivity, but it's black husband gang. I'm a black man, so it's universal, but it's really just talking about kind of counteracting the negative design, the negative agenda that we see that this enemy is doing to us through hip hop right now, especially our black women, our women and girls with the sexy reds and the Sukihanas and the Glorrillas and all this content that that's so degrading and self-destructive that even though my generation in the 50, I'm in the 50 club, so in my generation, we're the that hip hop pioneer. We that basically first or second generation that really the 90s that made hip hop what it is before it got hijacked. So I wasn't even trying to go after the youth necessarily. I was really trying to go after our generation that I feel like fumbled the ball and show my own peers. This is what it looked like, bro. You still got the ears of these youth, even though a lot of them ain't checking for us, but at least give them an example. And if you don't know how to do it, because a lot of my peers, they rap is corny and whack now. Like anybody,
yeah. I ain't gonna ask you to drop no names.
I ain't gonna do that. The people will tell you whatever, but so we used to doing our 90s hits. We ain't made nothing new in the 2000s that nobody wanna really mess with. So you know, as a student and a follower and a child of the most honorable Elijah Muhammad, happy born day, and the honorable Mr. Bush Farrakhan, he's proven that he keep us preserved. He keep us preserved in whatever we do, and we don't get, you know, we don't fall off. We get better and better like wine. You know what I'm saying? So I just wanted to prove that that's what this is. You know what I'm saying? Our ears is sharper than ever. Our voice is sharper than ever. Our content, our focus is sharper than ever. It's more potent and more relevant than ever. So, you know, I just wanted to put that Elijah Farrakhan glass up to next to with a small hat glass or whatever they giving them small. You know.
Last question. You already answered this. I ain't gonna ask it, Dave. So what's the response you've been getting so far? What's the feedback been like?
I ain't seen a negative response yet. All I've seen is like fire emojis, breath of fresh air, and it's not because they like me. It's the product. You know, I probably play about 20% role, you know, people that just like me, but a lot of these people, you know, especially youngsters that like it, like, yeah, that's a groove, that's a vibe, man. They don't know nothing about me. You know what I'm saying? And then especially where I'm from, the Latino community, the Mexican community, love it, huge. You know what I'm saying? Like that's a hit, bro. That's a hit. Like, man, I thought this is what hit's supposed to sound like, but you know, if it ain't no soft porn or no hard pornography in it, I guess it ain't a hit. You know what I'm saying? But,
bruh.
Yeah, the response been great, man. By Allah's permission, been great.
Brothers and sisters, you're tuned into the Rockwell Radio Show. On the show with me, as you can plainly see, is our brother from South Central Watts, representing the house, Westcoast Kam. He got a killer joint out there right now called Positivity. If you haven't seen it yet, if you haven't heard it yet, there's a link to the song, a link to the video in the description of this episode of the show. Go and check it out after this. We're up against the break, and when we come back, we're going to tackle that special ed conversation. It's been a viral conversation. I see it one way.
Yeah.
My brother saw it another. We're going to talk about it, and we're going to take it to the barbershop. I'm in one chair, Kam in one chair, and you at home, and you in another chair, and we're going to pull you into the conversation. This is DJ Rockwell. We'll be right back.
What up with it, man? You already know what time it is. It's me, Young Kind Don. I'm up in this thing.
Peace. This is Aziz, the kid Kareem, the life-giving MC.
Peace, everyone. This is Brother Anthony K. Muhammad, also known as A-Tone, the hip-hop historian.
Peace, family. What's going on? It's Brother Jabril, Brother Mustafa, Lordship Productions in the building.
I am your sister, Arian Nicole. Peace, peace, peace. It's your sister, Sue Axel. You're watching the Rockwell Radio Show.
You are now tuned in live to the Rockwell Radio Show.
Right now, you're listening to Rockwell Radio Show.
Rockwell Radio. If you ain't listening, man, you wasting time. You on all these other stations, you need to tap in. Rockwell Radio.
You know what it is. Watch them, watch them, watch them.
I'm here with Brother Rockwell, the Rockwell Radio Show.
If you ain't in the game, you in the stand. Stop playing, man. Let's go.
Assalamu alaikum. This is your brother, Nuri Muhammad. And whenever I'm searching for a source or a platform that I can get some news that I can use, I look forward to and look at, watch and listen to the Rockwell Radio Show, and I hope you would do the same. Tap in with Brother Vaughn, DJ Rockwell, and this great platform if you want to be inspired, enlightened, informed, uplifted, and properly prepared to perform in the world we live in. Rock with the Rockwell Radio Show. Peace.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're back in the building. This is DJ Rockwell, your host of the Rockwell Radio Show. And my guest tonight, you see him. My brother, Westcoast Kam, y'all, is in the house with his brother, DJ Rockwell. Come on now. Y'all do me a favor. Hit that like and share button. Follow the 3 steps. Like and share, tag somebody. And, of course, subscribe on the Rockwell Radio Show on YouTube. And if you're watching us on Facebook, you can now go over and like the Rockwell Radio Show Facebook page. And we're also now streaming from that site. So we're trying to expand. We want to get as many eyes on the show because we got dope hip hop artists like this in the building. Bro.
Yeah.
Let's jump into it. Let's get into it. So on this segment, we want to involve you at home. I'm going to set the scene real quick, Big Dave. We're at the barbershop. We got the wooden floors. You hear the hum of the clippers in the background. Yeah. You see the hair fall on the floor. You know what I'm saying? You see the person selling the fruit coming in the door. You know, y'all see it, right? We're at the barbershop. And we got the bros, you know, and we're talking hip hop at the barbershop. And the brother sit down in the chair and he say, y'all heard about that doggone special ed, right? Yeah, you know, y'all heard it. Y'all didn't hear it? Matter of fact, play it right here. Here you go.
N.W.A. brought the age of destruction.
Damn. Jesus Christ.
N.W.A. brought the age of destruction to our children and our culture.
Wow.
Period. Hey, I respect all of them as men, but as the art form, and you want me to speak on the art form, I'm going to tell you what it is. That's where it started.
Wow.
That's where the agenda started, and that's where the destruction began.
Of gangster rap, you would give that to them?
N.W.A. ran away with it in such a way where it was like, for real?
Word.
That's all we gonna do?
Yeah.
You know, it was genius for them and they made millions of dollars off of it, but look at what it caused.
Now, I want to start with this. Everybody at home, we're going to take a poll. I need everybody to get their phone in their hands and respond to this poll. And the question is right there on your screen. Was special ed right? And you can just respond in the comments, yay or nay. So we're gonna get a pulse for Kam to see what the people say.
Before we get into it.
All right. But as they do what they do,
okay.
As they do that, I'm gonna lay out what I said because online, big brother, I made some comments and I doggone got ran over with a Mack truck.
Oh, okay.
I said it's impossible that he's right. It's as a hip hop nerd and a hip hop history guy, I said, wait a minute. And it was his key words. He said, started, historically inaccurate. And then he said, for the culture. Wait, Ed. Wait. And I said, I'm not defending N.W.A, but I will defend the history. Y'all keep commenting now. I want everybody in on this. Right. I want everybody in on this. Yeah. Yes or no?
Yeah, we're gonna talk about the comments too.
Oh, no doubt. We coming to the comments now. Yeah. So we want everybody in on this. You at home, talking to you. So I say, wait a minute. I said, Schoolie D is arguably the first gangster rapper who dropped PSK in 85. 3 years before 3 years before Straight Outta Compton. And then in 87, we get 6 in the morning with Ice-T. A whole year before Straight Outta Compton. That same year in 87, we get Criminal Minded, which some writers had said is a gangster rap album. That's neither, you can take that. But we do know what he had on that cover, though. He had that joint on the cover like this here. We did hear that record, 9mm Go Bang. We heard that. So on that level, I said, come on. The genre or the idea already existed before Straight Outta Compton, before Gangsta, before Dope Man. The concept was there already. And then I said, N.W.A only had 2 albums. Y'all trying to tell me N.W.A changed the course of the culture with only 2 albums? I said, get out of here. Stop it. Cam, they lynched me. They came for me. they came for me. And the last point I made in my comments was this. I said, now, I think some of us, we kind of have selective listening. Yeah. And they had some rank stuff they said. I'm not defending that. They had some records that I wouldn't have played for my son, you know what I'm saying, or my children, whatever. But when we listen to some of the records, for example, I mentioned Dope Man a moment ago. That was an anti-drug record, if you think about it, I said in the post. And I said, of course, when you take records like, F the Police, which became an anthem for anti-police brutality. So these are records that were really more political. So what happened, in my estimation, Brookham, and I'm coming back to you, the industry propped up the negative half of N.W.A. By album 2, they was out of here. They was gone. And you didn't have political records like F the Police on album number 2. So by the time MTV got behind N.W.A, they was out of here. And we also know that Key Writer was gone by album number 2. So that was my argument. So y'all at home, that's the argument. Y'all ran me over with a truck for it. So now I'm going to sit back and let Brother Cam go with it.
Yeah, I think N.W.A had 3 albums, right? One of them was Without Easy, niggas, N-words for life, niggas for life, right? So 100 Miles and Running or something like that. So they got 100 miles. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So the first 2 N.W.A albums was 87 and 88. The first one I think had Dope Man on it, and the second one had F the Police and Express Yourself and stuff and that on it. Mm-hmm. And it's like you said, it's Q. Q was the lead writer, on all of it. So Q was the lead writer. So the content, a lot of people be like, damn Cam, you always on, these subjects be brought to me, and then the podcasters be asking me the questions because they know I got a personal history and relationship.
You see, I didn't go there, right?
Yeah. But he was the pen. He was the lead writer. So the content, was what we was doing in LA already. Like before Q, it was Mixmaster Spade and Toddy T, and it's a whole bunch of street, underground mixtape rappers that was doing that before Cube and them, right?
Bataram.
Yeah, Bataram. And but like you said, it's true. The first rap, the one that inspired all of us was Philly, was like you said, Schoolie D with PSK. PSK, Ice-T gonna tell you he got his cadence for 6 in the morning from PSK. And then Boys in the Hood is always hard. Nothing knocking at. Like we got that from 6 in the Morning, which got that from Schoolie D. So the first gangster rapper. Oh, I'm hearing an echo. First gangster rapper, that we patterned ourselves after was Schoolie D. Right, but it was just that the powers that be, the small hats, the Jerry Heller community, didn't choose Schoolie D. It's about So to me, it seemed like Ed was maybe harboring something about how do we let them get chose when we if anybody gonna be doing this, it should be us, and we can regulate how we get used by the enemy. I don't know, like I'm just speculating.
Yeah.
But since the enemy owns and controls the media and money, his face is on the money. He knows the nature and the desires of Black people, especially when we mentally dead. We want to be known, we want to be rich, we want to be famous, loved or whatever. So the same thing he did with black exploitation films, like
right.
From before there was even television, it was radio or cartoon comic strips with Black people with bug eyes eating watermelons. Like
right.
These are the same people that push their image of us on the world and on us. So they want us to see ourselves as animals and fools and coons and gangsters and prostitutes, and they want the rest of the world to see us like that. But in the 90s, they started doing something different, which is hitting us with the bag. First, that you're able to do that, and you be like them in the 40s and the 50s. The little Black artists that die. They be poor, but at least they was famous, like Joe Louis or like and Sammy Davis Jr.'s and all that.
Right.
They was famous, but they broke. Yeah, right. So the difference here is, and this is why Cube left, is because he bear witness that he was being used. Like I said, he was being used by Jerry Heller. Once Jerry Heller just found out how to use, their content for Jerry Heller's community's agenda, and kill 2 or 3 birds with one stone. It's going to get us, our community, rich. It's going to further make them look like the animals and the fools and the buffoons that we want them to look like. And it's going to have them at each other's throat, going in on each other, disrespecting and killing and feeding the prison, private prison industry complex and all of that. So
indeed,
and that was along the agenda that they said that private secret meeting in 90 or 91 that allegedly was a secret meeting that destroyed hip hops where certain record executives that happened on the West Coast had a meeting about how they wanted to implement the National Memorandum 200 part of the agenda, the CIA COINTELPRO part of the agenda that ain't never stopped. Same COINTELPRO, same CIA and FBI that was on James Brown when he was talking about I'm Black and I'm Proud. That was on every Black artist of that time. They at their wisest and slickest and hitting us with more bags than they ever hit our forefathers with. So who's gonna turn that down?
How about that?
So we think we doing something legal. We don't know nothing about this business. So it wasn't until Cube, you got to give Cube his props. Like, you know what I'm saying? He was the talent, but at the same time, he was the one that seen that, this tour that we just went on for the first time in our life made, 600,000, but we only got 20,000. We only got 20,000. He only got 20,000, but then, Jerry Heller and Easy is trying to make him sign this contract, but everything that everybody is making the 600,000 off of, he wrote it. You know what I'm saying?
Wow, right.
So he realized, I'm being used. It would be different if all of us, the homies, Easy and Ren and Dre and all that agreed that let's, these crackers is using us like this, but let's just let them use us, and we're gonna just take this little money and then we. No, he found out that Easy and Jerry Heller was business partners, and it looked like they was in cahoots to rob him and rob the rest of the group. That according to him. You know what I'm saying? So that's the same with Dre. Once Dre saw, first he was dissing Cube on the niggas for like 100 miles and running or whatever.
Right.
He was dissing Cube like he abandoned the homies or abandoned the group. But then, you know, once he realized, oh, Cube was right, then Dre was the next to lead, right? So that to me, that kind of lets you know that they did know that they was being used. Not saying that they was the masterminds trying to
behind it.
You're trying to corrupt society or whatever, or corrupt the black community, but they was looking at it from where we're being used. We didn't know necessarily what we being used for, but monetarily we definitely being pimped. We definitely being used. So once Cube got with me and we got together, then I made sure that he knew what he was being used for and who used him, and that produced the get rid of that devil real simple. Put a in his temple.
Right.
You let her break up my crew. So he
right.
So but the first two albums of N.W.A, like they didn't know that they was just tools, and that's what the devil do. He use us as a tool and a slave, and then they come in among us telling lies and making us fight and kill one another. You know what I'm saying? And then they walk away with all the spoils and have us wiping each other out. So it's the same technology playbook. But if you never was able to, listen to the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan or the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad, you don't know that this type of technology exists unless you heard it from one of us.
Come on.
So Cube heard it from one of us, you know what I'm saying? So that's why then Ren, shouts out to Ren, Lorenzo X, he got
that's
registered,
right.
You know what I'm saying? So that's what really broke that up. By Allah's permission, your brother was a nice little tool also of Farrakhan that helped break that up. But you wouldn't see that in the movie, Straight Outta Compton. They put me straight out of the movie. But
matter of fact, one of the comments you made, I saw, you said, I have a specific insight on this that nobody else really have. Right. Now I see what you mean when you say that.
Right. And it go way deeper. Some things I'll take to the grave, but certain surface things are like, how did you go from a Jerry curl to now having short hair? What happened there? Who did that? Who cut your hair? You know what I'm saying? Because Ren was dissing it. Ren was still over there with Easy talking about, when we catch you, and we gonna you with a broomstick and cut your hair off, right? Well, I cut his hair off, and it wasn't under those conditions. You know what I'm saying?
Come on.
So that's how close we were. I was in his wedding. Me and his wife is tight. You know what I'm saying? Even though I did a whoop whoop and was shooting shots at him, but I never disrespected his queen because, she was always solid. She was always in my corner. She used to check him sometimes, just like on some brother, like, like
his rules to this.
I'm talking about check him for me. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you don't supposed to do that, boy, so it's all loving, and fun and games or whatever, but that's how tight we were, you know what I'm saying? And it was some COINTELPRO stuff that broke us up. I'm talking about me and Q, but then by then, like when somebody gets you so open, just like it's people it's agents and hypocrites or whatever in the nation that was so close around, the chief or whatever, and the chief will get you open. He'll get you just fall in love, and you figure everybody that's around him is like him. Oh no, like you know what I'm saying. So some of us been cut and burnt so deep by people that's around the Messiah that we don't never make it back, right? So I understand how Q felt, even though he didn't fall all the way and register, but. The mouthpiece and the representation that he did, and I think it was some real rough words I think that came from Khaled at one point, regarding. So I understand why he would have just threw his hands up and fell back like that. But then you see where, certain people, so it's real sensitive. It's real sensitive.
A lot of moving parts.
A lot of moving parts. It's a lot of technology. It's like Satan is so wise. Satan is so wickedly wise. Such a scientist, a behavioral scientist, that he like I said, they come among us and have us fighting and killing each other.
Man, I heard the minister say that he can turn us without us even knowing that we being turned.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, I see my brother Derek for real in the house. This is a round of applause for my man D for real.
D for real.
Salute D for real. So y'all heard it. Y'all heard us all out. We want to come to y'all in the comment section. Dave, if there's some comments that you see in the comment section that add value to the discussion, please put them up so we can respond as we get down to the last couple of moments of the show. This Hassan, pardon me, says special ed has his views. I respect it. N.W.A. had a big impact on not just the culture, but on me. I loved them, still do. Special ed is not the first one to say this. Right. Is Hassan right on that one?
Yeah, I would agree with him on that. And I can tell you what, a lot of people say, well, that's what the people wanted to hear, talking about, because Q and some other people said that too, like gangster stuff existed before N.W.A. and this existed and that existed, but it wasn't promoted. That the whole, the reason why they use rappers to sell stuff and as commercials, because they know that we have influence over the people. So if McDonald's got a new McRib, they got to do a commercial for it. You know what I'm saying? They got to popularize it, right? So I said that on another interview, like COVID always existed. You know what I'm saying? Right. But it took somebody to go get in the laboratory and give it gain of function and make it go viral for it to have the effect on the population that it did. So who was the scientist that took, gangster rap or took N.W.A. and made it go viral like that?
Are y'all listening? Right. Y'all, this is the Rockwell Radio Show. We had the last couple of moments here, big brother. Man, let me get this from you. What did you think, did you see the conversation that happened with Corrupt, the Dog Pound, and Special Ed? What did you think of that dialogue?
I didn't see it, but I talked to Corrupt after that. So,
okay.
Because we constantly, because I was actually a part, I was on the line maybe some months ago before all of this, because, I'm a part of the same gang thing that East Coast and West Coast thing that Special Ed and Corrupt as and myself and Chuck D and I think Chris TRRS, so we was already having talks about certain things, but it was just recently when Special Ed went on Drink Champs and said that brought it out like it was the first time we was always talking. Like Corrupt been talking, and Corrupt always speak his mind, and if he be off them spirits, he gonna say what he gonna say what he gonna say. But people had an issue with me too, because I see what it is. My reason for supporting Special Ed's comments had to do with me holding us accountable. Our accountability that we've been supposed to be. I don't care what you talking about is cool, and we didn't. Nigga, you know what you rapping about, and you ain't supposed to be rapping about. I don't care who Special Ed said or whatever. You know you ain't supposed to do that. You know what Minister Farrakhan been suffering and killing himself for since the 90s when we doing Stop the Killing and these rap seminars. Brothers, clean your lyrics up. Y'all making it hard on us. You know what I'm saying? Like, so you can't run that with us. You can have that old barbershop rap hip hop debate if you want to. We talking about real life and death war with the beast. Y'all don't want to deal with the war with the beast issue.
Listen,
you know what I'm saying? So we out here seeing the mothers crying in the blood in the streets, and y'all at concerts or something. Y'all dancing or whatever y'all doing. Like we see the real effects. The FOI see the real effects for the last 30 years of this. So that can't no rapper, especially on the West Coast. That's why God Allah used me as a messenger and as a witness. Can't none of them say that they don't know better.
Come on.
Wow. I want to hear him take accountability. So I got on the Special Ed side for that reason, not because I think N.W.A. started the destruction of the culture. Or that. No, we know who did that.
Major point.
But we know the instrument that was used, and we haven't heard, or I haven't heard that instrument taking accountability. You know what I'm saying? And doing no type of restitution, or just because you stop doing it, that ain't necessarily enough. We got an 8-step process of atonement that if you know you was being used, like either go right back at the enemy and stay on them, but don't get to being quiet and trying to make friends with the beast and be business partners with the beast. You're supposed to make war with the beast, especially if
hey, come on, bro, Cam.
you know the beast used you to make war against us. So it ain't no excuse. And I'm not the judge, but I'm definitely a witness. I'm a star witness. So,
come on now. Dave, is there any other comments out there we can share with the people? What we got? We got one right here from Sincere New Flow. Sincere New Flow says, it's easy for Satan to be wise because he knows our weakness. And that's based on us exposing our desires. We are only as weak as our desires. And Satan is merely a tempter. Your comment on Brother Sincere?
Man, I agree 100%. It's just he's a little more than just a tempter. He's a god. Satan is gods. They organize warriors, that know that their time is up, so they don't have nothing to lose, right? And a lot of times they're not even as cowardly as we have become. They have made us more cowards than they are, which makes them greater warriors and more organized, more wise, and more understanding on how, to keep us cheap teeth chattering and paralyzed with fear and scared we're going to lose this luxury, or scared we're going to lose our life, or scared they're going to, do some COINTELPRO video, or Me Too, some female going to say this. So we shut what Bernie Mac called a F up when we supposed to be, using that double-edged sword and cut them down with truth. No matter what dirt we got, we all got dirt. Our dirt ain't great as they dirt. Expose they dirt. Don't expose your own brother dirt, like, what I'm saying, more than you're going to expose they dirt. So my history, by Allah's permission, the reason, He made me somewhat qualified to hold my brothers and sisters accountable and my rap peers is because I got a whole history of putting mine on the line. I got a whole history, never wavering, riding with Farrakhan and for Farrakhan and suffering, everything that come with it. Never been paid, lost families and lost life, loved ones, and lost all kind of stuff, but Allah is the God that restores it, because a lot of things I think is lost ain't lost. It's just my ignorance and my misperception, surely, even life, loss of life, we perceive not, I be in my feelings about a whole bunch of loved ones that I lost, that I think is such and such fault or such and such should have. But then Allah got to check me, like, nah, you don't know, and I don't want to get into the preaching part of it, but I
are we there now? Come on, we here. We here.
I constantly got to get checked, because I estimate not Allah with His due estimation.
Yes, sir.
I can't get in my feelings and get to judge and stuff according to my ignorant little feelings. I just try to do, okay, let me shake that off and stick to my assignment, help the Messiah raise the dead nation by the thousands. Let me try to do as best I can based on what I see Him do. I'm not Him, though. I'm not, I'm not Him.
You just helped a whole lot of people with that comment just now, including me. You just helped a whole lot of people just now with that one.
Man, so
let me get ready to wrap up here. We at the end, big brother. Everybody, we are in the building with my brother, Westcoast Kam. He got a brand new single out right now, a brand new video out called Positivity. If you haven't heard it, if you haven't seen it, you can get it. It's right in the description of this video. You can find the link and spin that joint. It's crazy. It's a hit. And now I want to wrap up on this note. Or something you just said a second ago is really powerful, is what you feel your role is, that you really are, you hold people to the fire. But in this business, people see you and go the other way like, damn.
Right.
There's a price that we pay for espousing this work. Absolutely. What do you say to those people who are like, damn, I want to be able to stand on this rock called truth, but I want to be a part of that? What do you say to them?
You're gonna have to use some testicles. You're gonna have to be a man if you claim manhood. You're gonna have to be a man. At some point, you are going to have to overtly, openly, publicly make war against the beast, because they're already making war against you.
Listen.
So being quiet, just like I think Martin Luther King or somebody said, that's complacency. You complicit. If you know who the enemy is and you see how they're attacking and affecting and taking down your people, and then you know God gave you a voice or a platform to at least get to one, like the Bible says, if you get to one publicly, though, you know what I'm saying? It's as though you got to all of them. But if you don't deliver the message, then their blood is going to be required at your hands. So that's what this is. Even though we do it to help raise the nation, and we're not doing it because we fear the consequence. We're actually doing it because we love our people, and we want to see our people enjoy what we enjoy, which is peace of mind and health and brotherhood and love and all of that. But if you don't do that, their condition is going to be required at their blood is on our hands.
Say that.
So if we already suffering, why not get a return? Allah is offering you a return on your investment. You know what I'm saying? You already suffered. Why not get the heavenly reward? Why not get the big name for it? Why not go down in history immortal, and your offspring and offspring's offspring and your is going to say, man, DJ Rockwell, that was my great grandfather. He was there with the Christ, with the Messiah. He was helping, when the Messiah couldn't get out no more and say nothing on the radio. He was getting with other brothers that was putting the tea. Like, that's how I want to go down.
Say it.
That's how I want to. It's war, man. This ain't playtime. This ain't party time. I don't know what these females is on. Y'all chasing females and y'all female minded, thinking that this is a party or honeymoon. Like, this is war, man.
Bruh, are y'all listening? West Coast in the house, y'all. Come on, man. Bruh, Cam, I thank you so much for taking time out of your schedule to chat with your little bro, man. That means the world.
My big bro.
I want to ask this last question. And Dave, this is not on the books. When you were here last, I used the language, give you your flowers. And you said, nah. What is it that you take? Nah, I'm not good. Why not? Why do you reject the flowers? Look at the work you've done. Look at your discography. Look at your fight and your battle and your stance. That's obviously sorely needed for those who see you for what your value is and appreciate you and want to quote unquote give you your flowers. Why do you turn them away?
Because I'm still on the battlefield, and the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, the Messiah, a few years ago, he came to Long Beach, and I was blessed to go up to the hotel and meet with him. And I posted that. He was like, like I said to Brother Cam, I told him I love him. And then he was like, I pray that Allah makes me worthy of your love. I broke down like a little beer. Like, I'm talking about, I broke down, right? Because I couldn't understand why this God is trying to convince me, like telling me, and he read me, he tuned he just scanned me like mentally or whatever. And then the next day he spoke again. He was like, because in his mind, I'm already worthy, right? But then he said, but in my mind, I got to keep working to please God, to please my Father. You know what I'm saying? Because his scale regarding him and his father, like I'm not sure what my grade level. I know I'm, you know what I'm saying? So flowers, what if God got some chastisement for me and you got some flowers for me?
Wow.
So I'm like, no, I'm good. I let the Lord give me my flowers if I got some flowers to give.
Best answer ever. Wow.
It ain't that I don't appreciate the flowers, but why you celebrating? I might be a loser. I might be a hypocrite. There's a lot of people out here having loser parties. Y'all having loser celebrations. I don't want to be one of those. Don't give me no party yet.
Man, ladies and gentlemen, you just got schooly deed by the great legendary West Coast Kam. My brother, I thank you, black man.
Man, I thank you, man. I love you, man.
I thank you, brother. Anytime you want to get something going, you want to make an announcement, you want to share some news, man, with the believers, this platform is your platform, my brother.
Oh, I do want to shout out the features, the people that's on the record.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, so the record is Positivity, on the link when you can. But it's featuring legendary R&B singer Howard Johnson.
He killed it.
Yeah, and that's the one for those that remember that song. Throw your head back, lean it to the side. Hey fella, yeah, don't you fly? You know,
I got that record too.
Yeah, so that's Howard Johnson. He got some other hits too, and YN Vaughn, and that's the daughter of the Emotions, one of the Emotions, this female singing group, OG legendary singing group, the Emotions. So it's all legendary DNA on this record, produced by Battle Cat, and it's a Luther Vandross replay. So the whole thing is already in our DNA. So it's probably why it's such a feel-good hit already.
Hit. Do y'all hear me at home? Mm-hmm. It's a hit. Bruh. I heard it one time. I need this record to my set list. Y'all, this is DJ Rockwell. Thank you all for coming. Share the show. Tag somebody. Keep hitting that like button. The enemy is working against us because we got brothers like this on the battlefield to help the Messiah and our midst free our people. Again, go stream the record. It's on YouTube. It's called Positivity. See us right here next week with another dope episode of the Rockwell Radio Show. Hey, y'all, we out.
Now, if you got past all of that, you might as well keep on rocking with us. So come on, everybody, let's go. Let's go. Radio show, y'all. The Rockwell Radio Show. Come on, Rockwell Radio Show, y'all. The Rockwell Radio Show. Radio show, y'all. Rockwell Radio Show. The Rockwell Radio Show, y'all. The Rockwell Radio Show. Rockwell Radio Show. That means you too. Rockwell Radio Show. The Rockwell Radio Show. The Rockwell Radio Show. Rockwell Radio Show, y'all. The Rockwell Radio Show. The Rockwell Radio Show. The Rockwell Radio Show. Come on now, y'all. Yeah. It's a dope episode, man. Come on, man. Top tripping.